Hello, Walking the Ropes fans. I am Blake, and welcome to the next episode of Walking the Ropes Wrestling Review for AEW Rampage from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But before that, make sure to check out the Walking the Ropes link tree for all things Walking the Ropes. And before we do get into the Rampage review, I figure I would quickly run down the results of Dark and Elevation from this week. In Elevation, we had Dante Martin defeating Anthony Bowens. We had the Varsity Blondes defeating Warren Johnson and Zach Mason. We had the Best Friends defeating The Blade and TH2. We had Ty Conti defeating Promise Braxton. And finally, we had Death Triangle defeating the Dark Order. And on Dark, we had Thunder Rosa defeating Heather Reckless. We had the Varsity Blondes defeating Ren Jones and Braden Lee. We had Powerhouse Hobbs defeating Captain Sean Dean. We had Dante Martin defeating Alan Five Angels. There was also Lucha Brothers defeating The Factory. The Dark Order defeated Cal Harrow and Isaiah Moore. The Best Friends defeated the Hardy Family Office, and that was the end of Elevation. So finally, we will move on to Rampage. To open Rampage, it was the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament Finals matchup between Jurassic Express and the Lucha Brothers. The Young Bucks came out to watch once again. They have watched every single match in this tournament. It's kind of weird to call this a tournament. It's more of a set of it is a tournament, but it felt like it went on longer than it did by the way they're referring to it as the way they are, but it's whatever. It was 4 matches, really good series, and this one was definitely the top so far of the series. I mean, the final one is at All Out, and we shall see who it is. We had Phoenix and Jungle Boy starting out. They pick up the pace immediately and head to the apron. They brawl around the apron and ring post until back in the ring, Jungle Boy hits a pretty big drop kick. Phoenix then fights back and hits or uses the ropes like he normally does to take control of Jungle Boy, as well as knocking Luchasaurus to the ground and then flipping Jungle Boy across the ring. The two of them then shake hands and then tag out to Penta and Luchasaurus. And Penta just immediately taunts. He does his pull the glove off and toss it to Alex, and does the Zero Miedo, but Lucha stops him. He grabs his arm, and Penta quickly kicks him, and Luchasaurus chops him down with a really big chop. He then hits the tail whip on Phoenix, and Jungle Boy takes out Penta, and everyone just gets laid out. Penta then fights to the tag, and Phoenix comes in and goes back and forth, and both men hit dives, Jungle Boy and Phoenix, on their opposing teammates. Then back in the ring, they double clothesline each other. Both men make tags, and Luchasaurus comes in and takes control, hitting a suplex on Penta and tossing Phoenix, and then laying both men out. Luchasaurus hits the tail whip and then a choke slam on both men, followed by a standing moonsault on Penta for a near fall. Penta fights back and makes the tag to Phoenix and comes in and hits a big kick and hits a frog splash, for a near fall. Luchasaurus then hits a big headbutt, and Jungle Boy comes in and hits a poison Rana for a near fall, and then locks in the snare trap. Penta comes in and kicks Jungle Boy and then quickly leaves to break up the hold. And Penta is tagged in, hits a big backbreaker, hits the Made in Japan, and gets a near fall there. Penta and Phoenix set up for the Fear Factor, but Jungle Boy fights out, pushes Penta to the outside after pushing him into Phoenix, and sets up onto the top rope and goes to dive out onto the mast, but Phoenix runs across the ropes, hits a Hurricane Rana on Jungle Boy to the group of men outside. Luchasaurus, Marco Stunt, and Penta were all standing there. Penta then rolled Jungle Boy into the ring for a near fall. Jungle Boy hits a super kick. Phoenix then takes control, fighting both Jurassic Express members off. And then on the apron, Phoenix and Jungle Boy are brawling, and Penta hits a Canadian Destroyer on Jungle Boy, and then Phoenix hits one on Luchasaurus, and he kicks out at 1. The Lucha Brothers then just super kick Luchasaurus just like crazy, just absolutely murder him. He does end up receiving a double team, but he kicks out. The Lucha Brothers hit the assisted spike package pile driver for the win. The Lucha Brothers defeat Jurassic Express to face the Young Bucks at All Out for the AEW World Tag Team Championships inside a steel cage. I can't wait. I'm a little disappointed it's not going to be Jurassic Express, but I'm happy it's going to be the Lucha Brothers because that is going to be an insane, insane match. For my Malteser scale, I gave it a 4.75 out of 5. It was really a fantastic match, 100%. And after the match, the Young Bucks came in and beat down the Lucha Brothers, but Jurassic Express made the save, and they kind of just shook hands and had mutual respect between the two teams. We then get a video package for CM Punk versus Darby Allin, at All Out. Miro makes his way to the ring after that. He tosses Fuego del Sol with him. Tony Schiavone that just kind of tosses the mic on the mat and just leaves the ring. Miro takes Fuego's mask off and super kicks him after saying he was going to give him a chance to redeem himself, I believe. Something along those lines. But either way, basically he was just trying to kill Fuego. Eddie Kingston comes out. And he has a mic in hand, and he looks like he's going to say something, but he just runs to the ring instead. Eddie's quickly mauled by Miro, but he does come back, and he hits a bunch of big chops, hits a huge exploder on Miro there. The refs come in to break it up as Eddie was going to hit a DDT, which the commentators have been referring to it as Miro's kryptonite, because I believe it was during the Fuego match and during other matches before that, a DDT has really stunned Miro. So we shall see if that is indeed his kryptonite. Following this, we get a singles match between Ty Conti and the Bunny. The Bunny immediately jumps Ty before she can even get fully into the ring and is just beating on her in the corner. She hits a big elbow and gets a near fall, and the Bunny is just in control, tossing Ty around. Ty does start to fight back, hits some big chops, but the Bunny kicks her and then stands on her throat. The Bunny keeps control, getting another near fall, but Ty eventually throws the Bunny around with her judo throws, hits a big knee followed by a boss man slam, I believe is what they referred to it as, and then multiple pump kicks into the corner. Ty then hits Ty KO as Penelope Ford is making her way to the ring and is distracting her. The Blade hands brass knuckles to the Bunny during this time, and she knocks Ty out for the win. The Bunny defeats Ty Conti, and that was a really good match. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It was a very solid match, 100%. The Bunny has help for the Battle Royal, but will Ty, because we haven't seen Anna Jay in quite a few months. It's potentially possible that she's going to appear in the Casino Battle Royale. I believe it's the Casino Battle Royale is what they're calling it. I could be wrong. I apologize if I'm wrong. We then get this nice main event interview that we've been getting on Rampage with Mark Henry. He's asking the main event participants some questions. Kenny says he's not worried and calls this just an exercise. He says he's going to hit the One-Winged Angel and win. Cage says that he's already hurt Kenny by beating him once for the Impact World title, and he says that he will hurt him again at All Out. And Kaz says to Kenny to get in the ring tonight and to not just let Cutler do it all. We then get our main event, Kenny Omega and Brandon Cutler versus Frankie Kazarian and Christian Cage. Cutler starts out with Frankie as to be expected, and Frankie beats on Brandon in the corner and tosses him around the ring. Kenny is quickly tagged in, and Nakazawa trips up Frankie so Kenny can take advantage. Frankie comes back quickly, hitting a Russian leg sweep and tags Christian, but Kenny quickly flees out and tags in Cutler. Frankie and Cage double team Cutler, hitting a springboard leg drop from Kazarian. Frankie then sets Cutler on the ropes and kicks him to the outside. The refs distracted by Kenny as Nakazawa hits Frankie with a laptop on the outside, but is quickly beaten down by Cage, and then Kenny takes advantage of this by beating on Frankie as he's kind of heading in that direction. And Frankie, he quickly tosses Frankie back in the ring. In the ring, Kenny hits the "You Can't Escape" and then taunts Cage afterwards. Kenny then tags in Cutler, and he is so overconfident. He's dancing around the ring. He hits the dab, and he goes for another one, like his dab elbow drop, I guess you can say. But he misses it because Kaz has not really taken... Well, he's taken a lot of damage, but I mean, you can't just let a legend just lay on the ground. He's gonna get up. He's quite good. Frankie then tags in Cage, and Kenny won't tag in, so Cutler just gets beaten down by Cage and chopped in the corner. Kenny, after Cage starts going for the punches in the top corner, Kenny goes for the one-winged angel, but Cage fights out, beats on Kenny and Cutler at the same time. Kenny and Cutler do try to double team Cage, but he fights out, so Kenny ends up hitting the V trigger on Cutler, who was holding Cage in a full Nelson. Cage goes for the kill switch on Kenny. He does fight out and runs up the ramp and away from the match. Cutler is left to be fed to the wolves, basically. Cage then spears Cutler, hits the kill switch, and that is it. Christian Cage and Frankie Kazarian defeat Brandon Cutler and Kenny Omega. The Malteser scale for this match, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It was a solid match, but it was honestly, if you looked at it, pretty much exactly what you would expect would happen tonight. Still a really good match, though. Overall, I gave the whole show a 4 out of 5. Really, really solid. For an hour-long show, it was packed with action. I think it was a great Rampage. My match of the night goes to Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express. They put on an absolute fantastic match. So happy with how that turned out. The segment of the night goes to Miro and Kingston's brawl. And then my performer of the night is the opening match participants, the Lucha Brothers, Fenix and Penta El Cerro Miedo, and Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. They put on a fantastic show tonight, or last night, I guess. And yeah, it was just absolutely amazing to see. And yeah, that is all for this episode of Walking the Ropes Wrestling Review. Thank you all for dropping in. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload a video. And I'll see you in the next one.